whole class of content that maybe marketers thought AI wasn't going to get to. So the upstream, the big brand campaigns, the TV ads, we'll use GenAI for adaptation and bottom of funnel, but top of funnel will sit with our current providers and will be done in the traditional way. No, it won't. Everything is going to be done with AI, top of funnel, bottom of funnel, and I think video is changing that.
We're joined by Will from Pencil. Thanks very much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Will, so many marketing leaders are still struggling to scale GenAI. What are the biggest problems you're seeing that are holding them back?
So I think one of the most interesting things is how the problems have changed and how quickly the problems marketing leaders are facing is changing. Maybe a year ago, this was very much a technology risk thing. Was the tech good enough? Was the creative outputs of GenAI good enough? Were the legal and governance boundaries of agreements and that kind of thing good enough? A year on, some of those problems, many of those problems are actually solved or considered solved by marketing leaders, and it becomes more about operational. It becomes more human, more emotional even.
And how do you build a modernized creative workflow, especially at enterprise level?
So there's the technical answer and then there's the human answer. I think,
Give us both.
Yeah, I think the human answer is you build it with clarity of vision, so know what you're trying to achieve from the beginning. You build it iteratively, so you start with the easy bits, you start with the bits that people are excited about, you start with the obvious bits. You go in knowing that you may need to start again, that you may need to kill things, very experimental, but not blindly experimental, experimenting towards a North Star, towards a goal. I think the technical answer to how you build a modern creative workflow, well, we obviously feel strongly that with GenAI, it's better for a client to adopt, a single technology that's very customizable, a platform layer that aggregates all of the best models, integrates with all the media channels, but is very customizable to their organization, and then provide that to their creative partners, their agencies, their internal teams to use, rather than waiting to see what bubbles up across the industry and what folks prefer, because that introduces risk, right? Where does the value accrue to the partner or to the client? What are the legal guardrails, the safety, how much thinking has gone into it? Clients want that visibility. So I think how you build a new workflow starts with such a foundational thing as the structure of the platform that you choose to work with.
What's the next frontier for AI-powered creative workflows?
Yeah, so I'm going to say what everyone says at the moment, which is video and agents. And I guess what I'd like to try and do is go a little bit deeper maybe than what you read in the media about video and agents. So I think what's interesting about video first, that's obvious, is two things. One, it's unlocking. The other thing that video is doing, I think, is bringing craft, narrative, and storytelling into the GenAI conversation in a way that text generation and image generation didn't bring it in. And I think that really opens the door to creativity in a way that text and image did. Video brings that back. So I've never seen more creative leaders more excited about GenAI than today, when Google has announced VO2 and VO3, and where video is starting to become the focus. So that's video. I think that's very exciting. Agents, I'm the co-founder of Pencil. We have a mission. We believe that AI should be a tool for creative people, not a replacement. So agents actually, for me, was a bit, oh God, right? It's AI using tools, not AI being a tool. So we've had to think very carefully about how we want to make agents real in our product. I think that it's important for us to think about agents not as plumbing, right? It's not like I have a team of 10 people and now I have 10 agents that replace those people. An agent for brief writing, an agent for strategy, an agent for copywriting, an agent for media management. Like, yes, those agents might exist, but it's not a people replacement thing. So the way we think about agents is the people that are doing those jobs do those jobs today, but they work with an agent who has access to data at each stage in the workflow. And the way that I think we'd like marketers and brands to think about agents isn't plumbing together agents that do things and then setting them off to run autonomously. More, I'm working with teams that I already have who are each working with an appropriate agent, and that person is now super powered and has capacity they didn't have before. So it's how you attack this idea of agents.
So it'll enhance and augment the work that's being done by people rather than replacing it.
Absolutely.
That's a very hopeful message. Will, thanks very much for joining us here in Cannes.
Thank you.